As we talk a bit about pilots, we'll provide a brief update. So I'll start first with Global PCI. So for those of you who are unaware, we are introducing an agent-assisted secure payment solution that allows for agents to securely take and process payments without credit card information being transmitted into the contact center. So if you're concerned about PCI scope or de-scoping your contact center operations from kind of the PCI compliance regime, the Global PCI solution may be of interest to you. And so I'd encourage you to reach out to your account manager or your CSM for more information. We are starting pilots and in pilot right now. And so we are also interested in potentially looking at other pilot opportunities for this. I'll hand it over to Peter to talk a bit about Skype for Business.
Yes, hello. My name is Peter Dunkley. I'm another member of the product team. One of our most asked for features has been to integrate with Skype for Business, in particular to integrate presence between Skype for Business and the contact center. The problem scenario here is where you have a contact center agent who may or may not be receiving contact center calls on Skype for Business, but if they have Skype for Business on their desktop and they're in a call on Skype for Business, they're not available to take calls from the contact center, so you don't want the contact center routing calls to them. Similarly, if you have an agent who is in a contact center call, you don't want them to be receiving messages on Skype for Business or calls on Skype for Business which might distract them. So we have implemented the capability to synchronize presence between the New Voice Media and the Skype for Business worlds, which means that when you're in a call or when you're away or when you're in a meeting, that status gets reflected between the two platforms, which just makes things more efficient for the agent, and also means the agent gets distracted less. This is now available as a pilot. So of course, if you're interested, as with any other pilots, please contact your account executive or CSM.
Great. And now we'll have Wyndham talk about the remaining 3 pilots.
Sure. So we've got one running with the sales product, which is all around kind of visual voicemail. Our voicemail solution was much more tailored to kind of traditional contact center teams, but as we move more and more into the inside sales space, there's more demand for the ability to be able to see your voicemails as a rep or as a person who's handling individual calls for the kind of high-end service use case. So what we've done is we've added the ability to see those inside Contact Pad, play those back, delete them, kind of like as you were using an Android or an iPhone, the experience that you're used to on there. So that's running a pilot there at the moment. There's a few additional features, such as the ability to see kind of recent calls, missed calls, some really nice features for people who are handling customers on a one-to-one basis, either on the inside sales front or the customer service side. And then moving over to one of our main topics of focus for the next few releases is really that around digital transformation. And we're actually tackling that on 2 fronts. The first is what we're calling our Journey Insights Builder, which is all about trying to capture more of that information about customers who are spending more and more time on the web, whether it's on the self-service side, trying to solve their problems before they get into the contact center, or whether it's on the sales side, doing more and more research around a product that they might be looking to buy. We're trying to actually help 2 different key personas here. One is the marketing side, trying to understand how those calls are being generated in the contact center, whether it's on the inside sales side or on the contact center side, what campaigns are actually generating traffic. But then what really separates us from other people who have this kind of offering is we're trying to use that to improve the customer experience as well. So if you're a contact center head or an inside sales head, we're looking at how we can bring those insights into your teams and use that to improve the experience, either by skipping the IVR entirely and putting you through to an expert who can handle that query, and also or playing customized announcements, and also pushing that information to the agent or the rep so they can handle that call more effectively as well. So you really using those insights that we get from the web and as people are crossing from the web to the contact center to improve that customer experience end to end. And then last but not least, omnichannel pilot. So the last one was all about the cross-channel hop. This is all about how you handle customers coming in across multiple different channels. Alongside Salesforce, we've added a new way of handling those digital channels, so the web chat, SOS, which is their video solution. We are now able to act as the routing engine behind those channels. So Salesforce is still the agent desktop. They are still the channel provider. We are just adding the intelligence behind the routing, which means that you get a single source of truth, and there's no more kind of inconsistent experiences between the customer side or the supervisor side in terms of real-time reporting, in terms of how you set up the system and the experience you deliver. And you also have the benefit of having a single pool of agents, which means as you get natural peaks and troughs throughout the day on different channels, you can handle those more effectively across that team. So for those of you who are more familiar with the old solution, this is an additional product. So we still do offer the presence integration, which allows you to separate the two routing between Salesforce's omnichannel and us. Very similar to Skype for Business, we share the presence between the two systems. But we've extended Unite, which was our previous omnichannel solution, allowing you to route additional channels and added a few new features such as kind of multi-interaction support, which are required as soon as you move into web chat. So both of those, or all three of those rather, are available as pilot at the moment. So anyone who's interested, please check that out. And there's actually more details on the community around kind of upcoming pilots if anyone is interested as well.